Hello and welcome to Peroxide, a Roblox game based off of Bloch, which is another Roblox game, so they're just copying each other. Actually, Peroxide is based off the popular anime Bleach, and which is what Bloch is also based off of. No, Bleach is based off of Bloch is based off of Bleach, not the other way around. Now that that's out of the way, let's begin. Note this is only a Soul Reaper review. Other progressors will be getting their own reviews. Also, I didn't have the review in mind when I started playing, so I won't have the footage for most of the early game stuff. So enjoy my recreations. When you spawn in, you are hit with all things considered a good tutorial. It explains all the basics, but when you actually get into the game, it starts to fall off. When you spawn in, you are told that there's a manual that you can use. The manual will explain all the early and mid game progressions for Soul Reaper and a Rancor, but that's the problem. It only gives the early and mid game progressions for Shinigami and a Rancor, which are only two of the four paths you can choose. So unless you looked at a Trello or a wiki, you would only know how to progress on in those two paths. But what if you wanted to be a Quincy or a Poolbringer? You would have to go through the wiki, and that's bad game design. You don't need to go. What good game makes you go through the wiki? And we haven't even touched the part that it only teaches you about the early and mid game progressions. How am I supposed to know how to get Bankai? And it's not like it will take a while. You can like write all of that in like an hour or so. Just copy the wiki. So, why didn't they add the other progressions? Well, simply kids don't like reading. They are more likely to watch some high school dropouts video who yaps about some mobile game ad for 5 minutes, and that's the problem. Let's be honest. Did you read the manual? Because I didn't. I knew all this by a YouTuber, via YouTube video. I watched it before I started playing, and that's fine. But for people that stumble onto the game, you have to use the wiki, and most kids are okay with this because they are used to this. But that's hard game design about the tutorial. Let's actually get into the game about the progression. If you want to be a Soul Reaper, you need to go to Kisuke or Pilsa from Minecraft. After that, you need to get 50 bucks to enter the gym and the trainer stats. That's right, you don't get stat points after leveling up. You need to train them via gyms, invasions, incursions, and time gates. The levels are for unlocking new moves every 3 levels, and after leveling up to level 15, you can start unlocking your Shikai. For this, you need to meditate by pressing N and start collecting balls. After a bit of this, your inner spirit will tell you to kill something, ranging from killing an Ajuchas or killing a rogue Shinigami. It might change in the future, so you have to look it up. After doing that, you need to collect balls again, and after that, you'll be able to challenge your inner spirit. Now, the boss fight is easy, but if you're having trouble, just reset your stats and put everything into strength or vitality. I recommend you put it into strength and just learn its attack patterns. After getting your Shikai, you need to wait for the bar on the left to fill up to 20% before you can use it. And to activate it, to just press G on your keyboard. But after you get to being rank, you can use it whenever you want. After grinding to level 85 and getting 420 points by doing invasions or time gates, along the way you'll start your Bankai boss fight, which is by far the hardest boss you are gonna face. So I recommend cheating it by putting all your stats into strength. After you get your Bankai, it's time to master it by beating your inner spirit 13 times. If you think you are done with the Shinigami progression, then it'll be wrong because you still need to get a wizard. And to get wizard, you need 3 Hogyokus. You get Hogyokus by doing invasions or time gates. Time gates have a 0.6% chance of dropping, which is by far the highest. And if you're doing invasions, it's only 0.1%. But through a stroke of luck, I got 4 time remnants and 2 days. After you get the Hogyokus, you're probably already max level, so you can use it to get the Wizard Mask. Now, it's time to max it out. I'll be regularly using it. The easiest way to do it is by challenging your inner spirit, wishing to spar, choosing I want to test my strength, and then just beating him into a corner. But keep in mind that it does take 4 hours using that method. But thank God you don't need to max it out to unlock faster rage. But it's better to have the Wizard Mask mastery a little bit filled out. To get faster rage, you need to do Hogyokus. You need to use one of them, then kill 30 to 50 Vastal orders in Hueco Mundo with your wizard mask on. After that, you'll get a message that says that your second Hogyoku got snapped. And after that, you need to go to Karakura town, talk to the guy near the bus station, and he'll tell you to kill a Vastal Lord with your wizard mask that has the same name that he gave you. This is by part this is the part that most people hate, but it's not that bad. I got it done in an hour or so. After all that, you're done with your Shinigami progression. The PvP for Soul Reaper is pretty simple. You just need to land one M1, make sure your opponent doesn't have their evasive, and start a 1 hour long combo that does half of their HP. There are some viable spirit builds, but since you need to get close to your opponent, it's better to do strength. Spirit builds are more for long range attacks and running away. So after all this, what do I think about the Soul Reaper progression? Well, I think that it's not worth anyone's time. The Hogyokus are gonna take you at least 3 weeks to get, and unless you get lucky like me and get them pretty early on, you're not gonna be getting visored. But most people aren't that lucky. You do need a visor for PvP as a Soul Reaper if you don't want to be at a disadvantage. So Soul Reaper will get a 6 out of 10. Tune in next time probably in 2 weeks or so.